Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding this. This is the Hero Xtreme 160R, and in terms of design it looks very aggressive. In fact, this passes up for a motorcycle which might not be even a hero because the design language is so good. I think they just focus on the design with this motorcycle because everything else here, at least the cycle parts, the hanging parts, the one below the body, are from the Xtreme 200R. So straight away let me show you the headlight. Might remind you of a Suzuki, but it's an all LED headlight which looks really nice, and LED indicators for the very first time on a Hero motorcycle. The forks are 37mm telescopic, and the tire size is also the same as the Xtreme. So at the front you get a 100 section 180/17. This is a front disc which has a size of 276mm, and at the rear you get a 220mm disc or a 130mm drum depending on the variant which you opt for. The rear tire size happens to be a 130/70/17. Meanwhile, you have got a tire hugger right there. Exhaust has a sporty treatment, and the bike looks really nice and chiseled. In fact, the ground clearance has been slightly improved. I think it's 167mm or maybe 165mm, who cares. Coming to the rear, again, nice blacked out tail light, LED indicators here as well. There's a sari guard which is an essential, and the seat height happens to be 790mm. There's no split seat, but yes, this is a little risen for the pillion, and the grab rails are actually hidden. These are the grab rails of this motorcycle, hidden but useful as well. The tank is a 12-liter unit, and the switchgear is also new. In fact, you must have noticed at the start of the video that it gets a hazard light switch. So hazards are on right now, and the build quality is nice of this motorcycle. You can see new switchgear as well. Yeah, all new switchgear on this motorcycle. This is a hazard light button. This is for low beam and high beam. This is for turn indicator, and this is for the horn. The horn is actually nice and loud, and this is the engine starter button, of course. Meanwhile, the cluster is all new as well. It's a negative LCD, so all digital unit, looks really nice. Has this telltale lights below. It has got a side stand indicator as well. It actually cuts off the engine if the side stand is on, which is again cool actually for this segment for sure. You get a digital speedometer, you've got this fuel meter and the tachometers on the top, but it's a bit small in terms of size. That's what she said. So that is the design of this motorcycle. Nice, functional, and of course looks very striking too. But the mirrors are absolute rubbish. You can see the design is weird, and with the design also you can't really see much what's behind. But who really cares? Let's get riding.
Alright, we're all set to go. Turning on the motorcycle, rose to life into first gear, and off we go. First gear, 39 kilometers per hour. Actually can do 40 kilometers per hour as well. Second would go past. Oh my god, how did I come into neutral all of a sudden? So first things first, let me tell you, around the corners it does feel agile enough. In fact, it's a very agile motorcycle because it's a light motorcycle at the end of the day, and that lightness is all thanks to the fact that it's a diamond frame chassis. Okay, people are spitting here, but they don't take the effort of opening the window. They open the door. That's kind of cool. Not really, but yeah, Swachh Bharat for the win. Anyways, in terms of performance, this motorcycle is slick because of its lightweight. This one weighs just 139.5 kgs. 1 kg is lesser if you go and opt for the rear drum, which isn't really adequate because with both discs it still isn't adequate braking performance. I mean, brakes are fine, but single channel ABS is the worst cost cutting you can ever do, and everybody's doing it, so Hero will also be doing the same. Anyways, ground clearance is decent enough. Agility is good, on point, but this is not really a corner cover because you can't do a knee down with this motorcycle. It's a diamond frame chassis, light in weight, agile, yes, but not for corner carving as such. Sporty, it's nice. Mid-range is cool too. Not cool, mid-range is amazing on this motorcycle. Low end could have been a little bit more peppy as such, not the one which is edible. But yeah, as I see it, the Hero Xtreme 160R is a motorcycle which offers real smooth performance. Smooth because smoothness is in abundance. Braking performance could have been slightly better for sure, and the ride could have been better even because it is on the stiffer side and the stiffness can be felt. Yeah, pretty stiff, right? Seat is fine, cushioning is fine, but the peg position is very awkward to me because it's between center set and front set, so it's right somewhere in between. It's neither front side, it's neither center side, it's somewhere right in between. It's kind of awkward and weird. So engine refinement, they have hit it out of the park because this motor is so refined. It is smooth beyond measure, and you rev the nuts out, it will redline at 9500 RPM, more than what you need to go to because the top end is very much lacking. It's good and slick in the mid-range. Low end could have been peppier still. I mean, it is peppy but not very peppy, not like very eager as such. Could have been more enthusiastic in the low end, but certainly in the mid-range it punches hard and fast. In fact, the mid-range is so wide, it like starts at around 4000 RPM and goes all the way to almost 7500 RPM. That is how wide the mid-range is, and the mid-range punch is very exciting too. I love the way this motorcycle performs in the mid-range. Here we go. Second gear 67 kilometers per hour, actually it will do 69 kilometers per hour if you are lucky. And high speed stability is great. It doesn't really reach high speed stability. In fact, it's very slick to go from 0 to 60 kilometers per hour. It takes just 4.7 seconds, which is among the fastest in this category. Meanwhile, the top speed is I think 120 kilometers per hour, but I could not go above 108 kilometers per hour at all. Maybe I'm heavy, maybe I'm not that aerodynamic, but that's the top pack you can achieve with this motorcycle. I mean, top end is lacking, that's why it doesn't really feel that punchy in the top end. Clutch is on the lighter side, gearbox is on the harder side, so not the slickest of shifting gearboxes as such. And the sound is also not much from this motorcycle. It could have been louder still, but it is refined, so that refinement is definitely a good thing for sure. Now, as you can see, Hero has done what? They have taken the cycle parts from the Xtreme 200R, which are decent cycle parts, and they've actually made a new engine. This is a 163cc motor, which produces 15 horsepower and 14 Newton meters of torque. Now, remember one thing, the difference here is what Hero has decided to do is, okay, where's the horn? The horn is decent. Now it's out of breath. When you get into the top end, you're upshift into 5th gear. So what Hero's done is it's copied its Japanese rivals and not its Indian rivals, because its Indian rivals are offering 160cc motorcycles with a 4-valve setup along with oil cooling. This uses 2 valves and air cooling, so cost cutting has been done there. Meanwhile, all other Japanese motorcycle manufacturers are also offering a similar setup. It's only Bajaj and TVS which are offering 4-valve along with oil cooling as well. Now let's talk about braking performance. Braking performance is nice, but if you step really hard onto the rears, well, they will lock up. No ABS there either. You can see motor is nice and smooth. Refinement, they've hit it out of the park. Into first gear, revving the motor, and off we go. 39, 68, 9,500 RPM is the red line. And in third gear, it will go all the way till 92 kilometers per hour. Into fourth, it's a 5-speed gearbox, and fourth gear will take you past 100 kilometers per hour. Not the fastest bike in the segment for sure, because of the lackluster top end. And here into fifth wouldn't really pull you much, because 106, 107, it starts to give up massively. In fact, it struggles after 95 kilometers per hour. So performance is more city oriented, although this is a sporty motorcycle, but still performance is definitely more city oriented in this motorcycle. Here, downshifting. Yeah, easy to get the neutral, no false neutrals as such, which is again a very good thing. Turning around this motorcycle is very easy, because that agility, the nimbleness is definitely there. And the ride is on the stiffer side, which is a sort of a bummer. Yeah, it is on the stiffer side. Meanwhile, the handling, like I told you, is good, agile enough. Great bike for the city for sure, without a doubt. Smoothness, refinement, all that is there. Fuel tank capacity 12 liters. It should return you a fuel economy of around 40 kilometers per liter, which is again very decent and very nice indeed. But the pricing is on the higher side if you see it in isolation. But remember one thing, all the motorcycles are now very expensive due to BS6 norms, which has mandated fuel injection in all these machines. So this motorcycle costs 1.22 lakhs for the drum brake variant. Meanwhile, the disc brake variant, which the one which I'm riding right now, costs rupees 1.26 lakhs. Now all these prices which I'm talking about are obviously on road Mumbai, so yes, a bit on the pricier side, but then all motorcycles are pricey. In fact, this is one of the more value for money picks in the segment, because Hero obviously offers great bang for the buck, and obviously they have a great sales and service network too, which will make this motorcycle appeal to a ton of people as well, because there are places in India where only Hero has a dealer outlet, which is a nice thing. Now, in order to make a quick overtake, as long as you're in the mid-range, all is good. But once you get into the top end, you're like, could have done with more grunt, with more thrust. And the mirrors are really rubbish. I don't know why we can't see anything what's behind. I can see the FKR logo, which is cool, but that's not really cool, because the FKR logo is not really going to help me while making an overtake or looking right or left. So that's a bit of a bummer. And at times it's better to back off from overtaking, because you reach the top end and it's like, OMG, I have nothing to offer you right now. So yeah. Smoothness, refinement, great. Should have been a little louder, like that Honda right ahead in the top end as such. And also very prematurely it shuts off, in the sense that beyond a point there is no go. And while riding this motorcycle, I also understand that this instrument cluster is just too small. I mean, it's all digital and all that is super cool, but why is it so small? It could have definitely been bigger in terms of size. I can barely see where the RPM meter is going, and the fonts for the numbers are also very small, so you can't really read that either. But clearly Hero has tried to do more of a Japanese thing here by offering specs which are similar to its Japanese rivals rather than the Indian rivals. So in terms of competition with these Indian rivals, Hero is far behind, because this motorcycle doesn't have the same level of tech as its Indian rivals Bajaj and TVS, to be precise, and that's something which they should have done. Now this motorcycle was obviously unveiled at the EICMA, which was late 2019 actually, and then showcased earlier this year as well, and finally it's gone on sale. I believe it will sell in decent numbers because finally we've got a Hero 160cc premium motorcycle, a premium commuter, which does have some vibes in the top end. The vibes can be felt on the seat, the pegs, the handlebar, everywhere the vibes are there. Right now I'm already in 5th gear, opening the taps, around 7000 rpm. It's pulling nicely. In fact, at 100 kilometers per hour it is around 7500 rpm in top gear, which means that the motor is not really refined at 100 kilometers per hour. Like, it's not its sweet spot. Its sweet spot without a doubt is somewhere lower. This motorcycle is comfortable around 80 kilometers per hour. It will feel at home. Beyond that, it just feels a little breathless. So the Hero Extreme 160R is a great effort by Hero MotoCorp in bringing something different. Especially what really is a highlight here is the design of this machine. They've done a great job with the design, for sure. It looks so different, looks very unique as well, and probably it gives a new direction to Hero's design, which is again an amazing thing as such. The horn could have been better for sure, but then most of these motorcycles have a horn which seems to have asthma. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. If you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye, take care, see you. I didn't know where the camera position was, lol.